Welcome, your war chief is back with another epic video. Hi, my name's PBK, but you lovely people are more than welcome to call me Peebs. And we're doing something a little different today. Okay, a lot. We're going to be talking about my second favorite thing, other than the dog, Dungeons and Dragons. And we're going to be talking a lot about it. I've got a bunch more videos planned, and I think it's going to be a thing on this channel, so stay tuned. Nerdy got nerdier. That's scary. Anyway, we're going to be doing a bunch of videos that honestly I wish I had when I started DMing. It's really hard to find advice from DMs that are not celebrity status. I mean, Matt Mercer, Matt Colville, they're great. I'm no Matt. So that's what we're going to be doing. In this video specifically, we are going to cover the bare bones minimum that you need to DM. And if you like tips like these, nerdy things in general, well, you're in the right spot. Hit that subscribe button. There's a whole lot more nerd where that came from. So if you want to know the bare minimum that you need to DM, stick around. We're jumping into it right now. All right, so let's be real here. This list is bare bones. So this is a list of things that you need to get going in D&D. We're not going to rank them. To me, they're all listed as number one because you need them. So in no particular order, let's go. Pencil and paper. Seems easy, I agree. And just a bunch of pencils, even if they're old and ratty, whatever. You're going to need it. From writing down player shenanigans, which will happen, or the name of the guard that you just had to make up that now the players think is somewhat important. Again, that's going to happen too. You need something. Also noteworthy, before character sheets were a thing, players used to write everything down in books and stuff. So if you're hard up, another pro tip, and this one is going to come back a lot. I got kids. They go to school. All their unused school supplies that I wasn't able to repurpose for the next year, I keep. And there's some gold in there. Paper, pencils, you name it. Mine now. Next thing you need, paper holders. Yeah, you need a place for your paper, especially if it's loose. They're cheap. You can get some for 50 cents. You can get some fancier ones for a whole $1. You're good. Again, I use unused school supplies. They have the kids' names on them. Some of them have silly things written on them because I wrote them. And yes, I've used Minnie Mouse holders before. No shame. There's no shame in recycling. All right, next one, not that. You need one set of dice. And even then, if you were hard up, your cell phone. There are tons of really solid apps for dice rolls. That's it. You don't need dice anymore. But a lot of us tend to prefer it. It does bring a little something to the game, so I do suggest spending some money in dice. You can get them cheaper on Amazon, or you can share with the player next to you. Most players are cool with sharing dice. Another pro tip, if you want to scare the living hell out of your players, which you do, when you're doing an attack roll and it's got like 2d6 or something, grab like your whole set. I'm telling you, that sound, the jaws will drop, they'll give you the big ol' eyeballs, and it was what, 8 damage? Just saying. Now the next one, again, also comes to no surprise. You're gonna need the handbook. This is the pricier investment. And yes, there are ways around it. You can absolutely buy it online and have it in digital format, so it's cheaper. Another option is secondhand at your local comic book store, which I highly suggest going anyway. You can even borrow it from a friend, but the player's handbook, the original baby, you need her. It's not up for debate. The DM manual, you can skip that, you're fine. It's helpful, but you don't need it. Monster manual, helpful, you don't need it. Most campaigns that you play have the monsters that you're fighting and their monster blocks right there. You don't need it. Or, again, going to your local comic book store, go look for previous editions. Secondhand. I've gotten 3 or 4 of my monster manuals for $15, $20. And you're supporting someone local. But yeah, is it needed? No. Player's Handbook is. Now this part is only if you want to play with a play mat where you can see where the enemies are and you can have your little duty dudes on it. Duty dudes is a word on this channel. Now I personally like playing on a mat. There's 3 ways to do it. There's like Dwarven Forge, which I can't afford. There's the 1-inch graph paper, which it's all right, works. Or there's the reusable kind, and that's the kind that I suggest. I got my first one that was reversible, like $30, and I used it for a year and a half. And we used it. Use dry erase markers, works good. I only upgraded it when it died. And I honestly upgraded it to something extremely similar, just had an extra mat. The only thing in this department I'm going to tell you to splurge on is the actual markers. You want to spend the extra 50 cents or $1 on the Expos. Expo brand marker, they won't stain your shit. That's all. You can still go to the dollar store and get the cheap dry erase, but here I suggest not to. Up to you. Now for your mats, assuming you're using them, minis. You don't need them. You don't. Let's be real, they are expensive. You can use anything from M&Ms, Legos, marshmallows, wooden dolls. Get creative. Keep it simple. I do what I can to avoid buying minis. I've got these wooden dolls that I've painted that does the trick, so that way every game, any new player that comes in, they can just grab one and go. I'll show you my kit, not the next video, but the video after. And yes, my little wooden dude and dudettes will certainly show up. But yeah, you are really not hard up here. Anything can work. Bonus points if you use food. Your players can eat the bad guy that they kill. Make him delicious. M&Ms are awesome. And finally, the last thing you need is a story, a campaign. You need a story to tell. You can easily write your own, and yes, you can write your own. Say it with me, you can write your own. You can look up free ones online. Reddit has a bunch. You can buy some online that are cheap, like from the DMs Guild. Great resource. Another great place, and yes, I'm gonna plug them again, your local comic book store might have some that are secondhand or from a previous edition that you can just swipe everything off of. Now think about that. All of the options I just gave you are not going out and buying the biggest and newest campaign that's available for $50, $60. But here I won't tell you which one to pick. It's really your preference and your dungeon mastering style. Personally, I'm a homebrew fan, but again, it's really up to you. So yeah, that's my short list of needs, like absolute needs. If you agree, disagree, or have your own, let me know in the comment section down below. If you like this video or you want more of them, give me a big old thumbs up. If you didn't, well, cool. Let me know, I'm a big girl, I can handle it. Bonus points if you tell me why you didn't like it. Feedback is the best way to improve. And if you like nerdy stuff, you like Dungeons and Dragons, you like World of Warcraft, you like me, hit that subscribe button. While you're down there, ring that bell. That way you'll get notifications for all my upcoming videos. And yes, that notification bell will go off on Wednesdays, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. We are right here playing Warcraft. Nerdy, it's fun. It's exactly what you'd expect from me. Let's be real here. All of my socials where you can get a hold of me, everything's in the description box. All right, well, that is our first D&D video, more to come. So thanks so much for stopping in. I love you all, and I can't wait to see you again on the next one. Bye. Listen, my players know better than to forget their paper holders. No one wants to get stuck with Minnie Mouse. Just saying.